Welcome back to AndyTube, and this is going to be part 21 of the series of the Singer Model 404 restoration. And in part 21 we're ready to put the hand wheel parts back on. So I've got the parts all laid out here. Before I put them on, I like to do a little oil and greasing because they're so accessible. So I'm just going to take my tri-flow grease and my grease brush and get a little grease on there and go around and put a light coating of the tri-flow grease on this Texto-like gear. Now, if you didn't clean the gear and everything like I'm doing, that's fine. You know, you can just wipe off the old grease and put a little fresh grease because it's so easy to do it while it's out of the machine. Okay, so remember, you don't have to have the thing slathered in grease, and that any grease not on the teeth of the gears is wasted grease, and it's just going to collect dirt and dust and lint. So when I want to clean this I take the hand wheel off and just clean the area in the machine and clean off the old grease real quick with a toothbrush and the crud cutter, and dry it and put a fresh coat like this, and it works great. So there's my light coating of oil, and then I'll get my light coating of grease. Sorry, I'll get my tri-flow lubricant here and put a little bit in the cup because there's a few things I want to put a light coating of oil on too. So I'll take my oil brush, get some oil, and just get a light coating. I especially want to do inside this horizontal arm shaft counterbalance because it's going to slide right onto the horizontal arm shaft. And this is not something that usually gets oiled when you do just your maintenance oiling. So it's good to give it a light coating of oil, and we have our stop motion clamp nut that's going to screw onto the end of the horizontal arm shaft, so I'll put a little oil in there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of oil inside where this hand wheel slides onto the arm shaft and the counterbalance. And then I'm going to turn the machine here and put a little bit of oil on the end of the horizontal arm shaft right here, so I can access it from up here above where the motor will be, and just put a light coating on that shaft. So I figure between doing the inside of the hand wheel and the counterbalance and then the shaft and the end of the bearing there, that I'll get everything coated well. So remember now, when this goes on, the set screw has to set down inside the counterbalance. So there's two holes in the counterbalance, the large one for the set screw and the small one where the tip screws into. So this is what you want to be able to see from up here. And on the arm shaft, there's a matching two holes like that, a smaller one and a larger one. So you want to turn it so the larger one can be accessed from up here, and you can line it up so you can see inside. I use my barbecue stick to kind of get an eyeball of it. That looks great. So we will slide that on, and the large end, the actual counterbalance, goes on first. So we just slide it right on there, and since I pre-oiled everything, it'll go nice and easy, and push it all the way back. And then I just take my little stick and line it up in here. So it's okay, that's good. Then I'm going to put in the counterbalance set screw, and it's kind of a reach to get it in there, but you can, there we go. I hope you can see that screw in there. And then it will screw in righty-tighty, and you deadhead the screw. You screw it in as far as it'll go, and is it going in there? I don't think it's lining up with the back side there. Let's see what's going on here. Oop. Okay. There we go. Get my light a little closer here. Yeah. I just don't think it was lining up with the tip of that. So let me try putting it in here again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's slippery when you got oil on it. Okay, let's try and get it in here with these pliers here. Maybe I can get a better grip on it like that. Huh. Sure looks good. Okay, let's try and tighten it up again. And it feels like it's going in better this time. Yeah, now I've got the tip in the end of the other side, and it's going in all the way. Alright. So I'll just check it. Perfect. I don't know if you can see it from up here. There's the end of the screw right there. And I'll turn it back here and you can see the head of the screw. There it is, right there. Okay, so it's all flush in there now. It's all tight. You got the counterbalance on. So now we're just going to slide on the hand wheel. And it does literally just slide on. And it goes all the way back. So it's riding on the arm shaft, and it's riding on that arm shaft counterbalance. And then we're going to put on the stop motion clamp washer. let's see if I can get this out here. We can get a. You got to remember the 3 little posts on it are going to face you when you put it on the machine. And there's just little tabs right here and here, and there's grooves cut into the arm shaft here and here. So it just slides on, and you got a 50% chance of doing it the right way. So, all right, now we're ready to put the stop motion clamp nut on, and it just screws right on the threads on the end of the horizontal arm shaft. So I'll go, it's righty-tighty. I just go backwards a little bit to get it seated, and then, okay, so I can tell it's on there good. So I'll spin it on. Now, the last part is the set screw for the stop motion clamp nut, and it's just called the stop motion clamp nut stop screw. Just goes in there, and let's see, take one of the tips here, and it just screws down, screw it in all the way, and it'll come down flush with the clamp nut itself. And there we go. So if I look up here at the gear, now when I'm turning the hand wheel, you can see I've got the clamp tight and it's turning. Now let me check the release, because you want to release this stop motion when you want to wind the bobbin, and it should release about a 1/4 of a turn or 1/8 of a turn like that, and stop. That's why they call it the stop screw, because it stops on one of those 3 tabs that sticks out. And when you've got it released, you can turn the hand wheel and wind the bobbin, but let's see, it's not, there it goes, and it's not going to turn the gear or anything like that. And then when you turn that to the right and engage the clamp, then it's going to engage the arm shaft again. So we did good. We've got the counterbalance and the hand wheel and the clamp and the nut and everything on here, and we tested the release. Now what happens if you test the release and it doesn't stop right, or it doesn't release the gear? Well, I'll show you. That means your 50% chance you lost. So all you have to do is loosen the stop screw, take it out, hold the hand wheel, remove the stop motion clamp nut, take the stop motion clamp washer and turn it 180 degrees. So this is how it was. You would turn it 180 degrees and put it back on. You flip it over halfway and put it on. Then reassemble it, and then it would be in the right position. So I'm going to turn it back 180 degrees because I got lucky the first time and got it in the correct position. So that's what you do. That's why I said you got a 50-50 chance of getting it on there right. And if you don't hit it the first time, take the nut back off, turn it 180 degrees or halfway, and then put it back on and reassemble the nut and the stop. So you see, that is not hard, especially just the hand wheel. You don't have. I only take off the counterbalance when I'm doing a restoration. You know, once it's clean like this, if you really feel that you needed to, you could easily loosen that screw and take the nut off and the clamp and pull the hand wheel off and clean your gear up, re-grease it and put it back in. I mean, you're talking like a 10-minute job. So now I hope that you understand, you know, that's nothing to be worried about, easy to do, and easy to do maintenance on. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.